Lyft drunk drivers in Detroit. Uber announces stronger background checks. So I guess we'll all be safe now here forward. We got some other stories. Rideshare driver attacked. Let's see. DoorDash had another outage. DoorDash is paying $30 about insurance. We got a bunch of stories. Waymo and Uber have divorced for the 6th or 8th or 10th time in Phoenix only. And now Waymo's running it just out of their app. I don't know. Let's see what we get to. No scrubs. Another laundry app appears. Come on, guys. And the person acts like he is the first person to do this. It was a hilarious video. But let's talk about it just on the other side.
Well, midnight headlight, blindly on a rainy night, Steve laid up ahead, slow me down and making no time. I gotta keep it rolling. Those are windshield wipers slapping out the tempo, baby, for the rhythm with the song on the radio. I gotta keep it rolling. I'm driving my life away.
Welcome to Thursday Night Live, gig time fun. Got my co-host Sean, CO Ride Guy. Check him out, guys. He's always in the description. You guys can find him there. Or you're already subscribed. But if you're not, check him out there. Welcome YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, audio podcasts, anybody that might be catching this. So on whichever platform you're catching it on. And yeah, we got a bunch of stories. Even though I did a few lives this week, Sean did his live. We still got a bunch of stories that I'm looking at. I don't think I touched on any of them yet. So it's not even doubling down. I don't think Sean did either on the ones that we have. So, and I was even thinking about bringing up the one you talked, your biggest story on Tuesday, Sean, which involved you, but I was like, we'll leave that out. You got that piece. So anybody that didn't see it, this is why I didn't want to do it tonight. Go watch Sean's video from Tuesday, episode 22, I believe. No sound. No sound. And it shows muted.
How about
on
that? Does that look better? I got
if you
muted
unmute
down
it, it
somehow.
works.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, man, you all got to check that out. I've talked to a lot of seasoned drivers, and the episode, the event, the incident, whatever the hell you want to call it, was really something special. So go check it out if you haven't.
Yeah. Again, he was muted through all that, you guys. But if you didn't see it, it's episode 22, right?
Yes.
Episode 22 from Tuesday, June 30th, I guess it would be, just 2 days ago. It's right in the beginning too. He talks about it. He actually has one of those incidents that we all have maybe been through or something close. If you do rideshare, and if you don't, it's something you should go watch, because as we've talked about many times, there's just as much violence in the delivery space these days. So maybe you should just even see how an argument goes, how ridiculous people are. And I'm sure you're saying, dude, I'm out there grinding too. I know. Well, if you haven't done rideshare, there's just something else out there. And remember, these are the same people ordering food. So you could encounter them on their porch of their house with their pit bull.
Freaking.
So
and then
there's kind of a much bigger danger that though, like an Uber passenger also has Uber Eats. So you very well could walk into their gated area and their note is tiptoe slowly so as not to awaken our dog. He's hungry.
Right.
All for $2.
Right.
It's worth it, right? It's just your leg.
Hey man, after that ride, I was thinking, as Torp calls them, the $2 hot dog orders. They were looking pretty good at that point. I was done. I was like, after that, told the cops that I'm gonna go home and have a drink.
Man, I was watching it. First of all, I was watching the short the day before. But I was watching it both times. I'm just yelling. I'm yelling back at her. And I'm reaching for my bear mace. My bear mace is right here, dude. I know where it is. I'm going, Sean,
Right.
grab it. And then I'm like, he doesn't have any. I'm gonna have to buy Sean some bear
Yeah.
mace. I mean, dude, there was
I
a
don't
point, and I don't know if you even saw my comment, but you froze the frame right with her mouth open, like one of those circus clown things that you spray
Yeah.
water
Her mouth
into
was
and the
always
balloon comes
open.
up.
Right.
And I was like, look, you right now, you could just bear mace right into that mouth. Like, shh. Like,
Right.
oh God. No, this is not live.
This is live Rex.
This is AI live. So it just generated an answer
Yes.
based on that weird question. So
Right.
anyway, I did want to mention this real quickly, and it's not party affiliation. And Sean, I think you'll be okay with real quick before we jump into any of this talking about this, because
Yeah, man.
I think something odd happened, or I know it did. I brought it up to Sean, and I'm not going to tell you guys that because of this incident, voter fraud is bad and it's as bad as everybody. I believe both sides lie their asses off. Okay. So, I mean, like, there's always stories about voter fraud. In all reality, both sides claim voter fraud. It's just who's claiming it at the time the most. And how do they attack it? But let me point out something. I have been a registered independent voter in the state of Colorado since 1999 or 2000. Okay. And back then, I was not, and I've always said this too, so this is almost a correction, and you guys will understand why. I wasn't uninformed. Well, it's just weird. So I was a registered independent, let's say 2000. And you're not allowed to vote in primaries in Colorado if you're a registered independent. And we have actually a high percentage, unlike a lot of states, for how we vote sometimes. We have a lot of registered independents here. But so I'm registered. I'm not allowed to vote in primaries. I've never got a primary in my life until this summer, 2026. So I get one, and Max registered as an independent voter last year when he turned 18, right? So he's now a voter, and we both get these primary packets. I was helping him. I mean, he told me, like, I explained what each one was, like, kind of thing, and and that he was, the main thing I said to him even was like, the only big difference is you'll be out of, you won't be able to vote in preliminaries. But also there's a big advantage besides the voting part, guys. You don't get texts. I know people who are getting bombarded by their party affiliate texts right now. You don't get texts either if you're independent, because they don't know what to do with you. So like, yeah. Anyways, all these years I was independent registered. Like I've told Sean, I vote with my wallet. That means that I have to cross party lines often. I vote down ballot stuff. Down ballot stuff matters more to me than the upper ballot stuff. State matters more to me than federal elections. That's how I vote with my wallet. But this year, we both get a packet that I've never had as an independent voter in Colorado. And it's a primary form, right? Mine has just the Democrat vote form.
Right. You didn't get the other ballot. You just got one. You just got Democrat.
Sean, but I said, dude, this is weird. I said, I just got a Democrat primary and I'm an independent. They're not supposed to place me in either thing. And then Max opened his, and Max had a Democrat and a Republican.
Right.
So Max had a choice to take one or the other, fill it out. And the weird thing about that is, here is an independent voter in that package. And Sean, I don't even know if I told you this, but it said only fill out one or the other. Well, as an independent, what if you're crossing party lines on different things?
It does, because I was curious about that, and we didn't talk about that.
So it said only mail one of these back, and I'm thinking to myself, well then, dude, you're taking away why even again. This is why you never sent them, because you're only supposed to send a primary to what the person's registered as.
Right, that's the way it was up until.
But so they send him this thing, and basically for him to fill it out, he has to pick Republican or Democrat, and there's no other way around it.
Right.
So to me, I was shocked. Again, it's the preliminaries, but I got a Democrat one, first time ever, 2026. Max gets both. We're both registered independents. So I tell Sean looks it up on Google. And like in a minute, like I was still out working too. And like, I didn't even thought about doing this. Sean looks it up and Sean didn't know either. Sean's like, dude, this is like what it went back to like 2018, right?
Yeah, 2018, they changed the law where you do get one. And
2018, they changed the law so that independent voters are supposed to get one, I guess, or two. But I don't know, this thing about only sending one back, I think I would actually prefer go back to don't sending us one. Because if it just has to be one or the other piece that they're feeding in for your feed, that's not realistic.
Right. And if you feel committed to one side or the other, like I did in the last election, then I didn't go back to independent. And so, I got my primary from the other one because I didn't go back to independent. Well, I would have got both of them apparently, but then you only got one. And then there was that caveat that in that article where it's like, well, when you registered, you could elect to have one or the other if you preferred. Well, then if you preferred that, then why that?
But here's my thing. I wonder what that goes back to. So first of all, just so you all know, since 2018, I've been in the same location. Most of you know this. I've been here,
but you never got one,
and I've never got one.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting one in 2026, and I get half of it. And at the time, I'm thinking, why do you think I should get this one? I'm not siding either or the other. I'm just saying in this moment that why would I get this one? Why did you guys pick this one for me? Then Max gets both. We're registered the same.
Right.
And I can tell you, going back to 1999, 2000, I don't remember a box that said, if we ever go to legally sending primaries, would you like to be just, you know what I mean? Because it was illegal or it wasn't a thing. So it was like by becoming independent, you were saying you were literally signing off on a thing that said you won't be in the primaries.
Right.
So there wouldn't have been any kind of check for me to say, oh yeah, if you ever do change this law, I'll do this or this or.
Right.
And it doesn't make sense. But again, there's something majorly wrong. They've never sent me one. Now me and Max get one, and we're both registered the same, and we both had different packets. I don't care. Like, guys, I've never had a direct run in. I know there's human error. I know there's computer errors. I know there's errors, and we have to make room for errors on the counts and things like that. That just happens. And I'm not saying like, oh, look at the voter fraud. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying this was weird. Like, this is very unprofessional what I got.
Oh yeah. So that makes sense to me because I noticed on mine, and maybe I was because I still hadn't dropped mine off. I had to that day also. And I looked at the back of it and it had this thing, you make sure you only have one ballot in there. And I'm like, initially I was like, what the hell? Then we tie it into this. I'm like, okay, and I didn't know that part. Now it totally makes sense. Is that, you can put both your ballots in, like you wanted a particular governor, you wanted a particular party, attorney general, but apparently you can't do that. You got to pick a party line. That's stupid.
Yeah. And it even said only peel the top, which is the portion where you can technically track it or whatever. But it said only pull the top of the one you are using. Well, an independent would most likely be voting at least for one or two on the other ballot. I can't say which way or who or what
that's
or
the
what.
Whole purpose of being independent.
Yeah,
is that you're not married to one of the party lines, and so if they weren't trying to create some kind of collusion, both sides, we're going to call it, they would just put everybody. I mean, frankly, they should just do that, period. Put everybody on both the ballots and, you can only vote for one, pick a party side or whatever. But that's if they want to do this stupidity, then you give everybody an opportunity. Doesn't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Rhino, Blue, Pegasaurus, whatever. You can only vote for one person per office.
If I had any clue that they were going to differ like that, I would have live filmed opening those.
Right?
I had no, I mean,
know.
because I would have live filmed open. Okay, well, here's one. I have never gotten one of these before. Here's mine. And then I'd open
Right.
Max's and said, wait, why the hell's there a second ballot in here?
Yeah. That's
Like,
crazy.
that's the kind of thing I could have sent that to 9 News.
Oh,
Like, dude,
yeah.
what the
Even
hell? We
Kyle
both
Clark
live in the
would have had
same
fun with
house,
that
man.
one. Right.
You know, we're both independents. We live in the same house. What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I just wanted to bring it up because I'm not trying to get everybody started. I'm not accusing that this upcoming election will have issues, but it sure wouldn't shock me with all of the issues that have happened, especially the past few
right.
elections. Like, we just started, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I won't even go down the voter ID. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just pointing out something that happened to me that I thought was extremely weird.
Right.
Like, okay, so I have to, because I asked Sean before I saw Max's. I have to add this. I asked Sean, I said,
Right.
I was asking him who the worst of the Democrats were. Again, I'm not just dissing on Democrats, but I was gonna vote for the worst one. Or the like I was just gonna send it back. It's like, you assholes, why are you screwing with me?
That's the whole point of that, is it creates opportunity for collusion to, you know, all of a sudden. And I always thought about that. It was like, well, okay, well, you know, I'm pretty confident who's going to win on, you know, this party for this office. That's really important to me for them to win. What if I go and register the other party and I do pick the, you know, the weakest one of the two, and, you know, pick the weak gazelle, and so the lion can attack it and win. And that's exactly what that kind of stuff creates, that opportunity. But whatever.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just had to bring it up. But so I know that I know this happened a while ago. We still haven't talked about it. This Uber and the stronger background checks. Have you looked through it? I mean, there's tons of articles. Have you looked through these?
I have, but
and the suggested like what's going to change, like
the 99 years, and now all of a sudden, well, okay, that's fine and wonderful. And you know what? We could go around. I almost went and pulled my old files from when I first started doing this. This is one of the big things I talked about, was background checks. And you know, it's time for us to talk about it again, apparently, because Uber is trying to create fluff. But when you're only, let's start with you, when Checker only covers a third of the damn country, and it says so on their website, guys. If you go back to my old episodes, I showed you the Checker screenshots. They cover a third of the country. There's the first problem with it, Steve. I mean, and we can just keep going.
I mean, in here, there, you know, it says pressured by recent lawsuits, claiming Uber didn't do enough to prevent sexual assault. Of course they didn't. They used, like Sean just said, they used Checker. Going in, they knew they weren't using anything legit. They knew they were using the saddest excuse for what will pass as a background check.
They're using the lowest standard available.
I wouldn't even call it a standard.
To satisfy. It's a standard because I mean they it's only a standard just because every rideshare company uses them. Yeah. You know, and uses uses the cheapest one that they can get. So that's what they get with it. So it is a standard. It's a pathetic standard. But and now they say, oh, we're going to go back 99 years. Well, some states, it's by state law that only go back 7 years. So even if they change it, and then you have records that get expunged whenever people are a youth, you get sealed records, so Uber, stop the bullshit. This is, I mean, I'm going to say here,
because there's a very important quote in the article. Uber did make a comment. They said that their goal is to provide the safest platform.
Right. You know, my goal is to fly, you know, an F-22 Raptor. I'm going to fail at that goal.
So it says the new review process expands on existing driver requirements, permanently banning drivers with convictions that may be sexual in nature. Really? Like, now that
Right. What's
now
maybe?
now I know, but even that, now you're thinking maybe we should do this if they've maybe been involved in sexual misconduct. Whatever that maybe does mean, here's what I'm saying: remove it, because they're basically saying we can step it up a bit. Like they know
You know what?
it.
It
And
doesn't
here's
matter
the
anyways.
thing though. The new rule also disqualifies drivers with misdemeanors or felony stalking and strangulation related offenses.
Wow. Finally. What the? But you know what, Steve? It's okay, because if you're in Colorado, you can still go drive for Drivers Co-op Colorado, because they don't have to uphold to those the new rideshare safety bill and all those other standards. So you can you can go work for a less safe platform. So don't worry about if you're in Colorado. The rest of y'all are screwed, because now Lyft is going to follow suit.
But here's the bigger problem, and it relates to kind of what happened to you this week. And we all know they would never, ever, ever do this. And we all know that really, like, I even understand why they wouldn't do this, because nobody would use it. But dude, the riders are just as bad, if not worse than the drivers. And the riders have no background check.
Right.
Rider could just feel like
Not even-
strangling somebody that day, and he's got a felony from 3 years ago for it.
Well, and I talked about that briefly, while going through my incident, is that, number one, she had an alias. Number two, it was a new account, no picture. You don't have to have a picture. There's a whole bunch of stuff that even before we get to a real background check for freaking riders that they could do to improve the platform, and even make them upload a freaking real ID with the little star on there. And that'd be a start, Steve. But no, they don't care about drivers or their safety at all. At all.
Yeah. No. I'm just shocked that they're like going, you know what? We're actually not going to let drivers with misdemeanors or felony stalking or strangulation related charges drive anymore.
I know. Finally.
I mean, it's 17 years since you started the company, but okay.
Yeah.
Now, part two, do they care and do they do anything about it?
Well,
or is this just mouth candy for fucking?
Of course it is, but that's what they're trying to do about it is reduce their liability. And we talked about it a little bit. Last week was where we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, so that's why I didn't really want to get into it. But since we're here for a brief moment, that they still have that transportation bill, that they still snuck in that little reduced liability for the rideshare companies that's traditionally been held for the rental car businesses. So now it's going to be the driver's responsibility and the passenger's responsibility, not any of the rideshare companies. So that's what they're doing about it. They're just continuing to try and distance themselves.
Here's the last little bit of the article. So in addition, this goes to your 99 years, which I think is kind of funny. In addition, background checks will be run for the driver's entire lifetime. Technically 99 years. So if you're 107 and you've got a Smucker's birthday, you could be killing people again.
Right.
Just kidding. But and here's where it gets like, again, they're trying to sneak in some real, because previously, and they don't say who, but we all know who, Checker. Previously, Uber's third-party background check provider only ran social security number traces for 7 years. That's all they did. That's it.
Right.
Says it right here.
Which we've talked about extensively.
They're just taking your social security number and running it for 7 years. That's not even, that's why I'm saying when you're like, it's kind of like the cusp of a background. To me, it's like, this is no background check.
No.
I mean, this. And then the company stated the new requirements will not retroactively apply to existing drivers' accounts, quote, with no serious interpersonal safety related complaints of any kind.
Any kind.
So
if you
and if
said,
their conviction more than 15 years old and was not sexual in nature, the checks are still rolling out to drivers nationwide. I mean, they're like admitting that if you've been on it for a while, you're good.
yeah, I meant to look that up. The interpersonal what? I want to see what the legal definition of that
Interpersonal
is.
safety-related complaints of any kind.
Oh yeah, interpersonal.
I'm pretty sure it's like active time. I don't think it's going to be in there. And by in there, I mean on the internet. Like, I don't even think that's real.
Interactions, relationships, and communication occurring between two or more people. So, had I said on that incident that I had, you fucking bitch, get out of my car, that would be a negative interpersonal interaction, and I could have got banned and I wouldn't be eligible to drive. Even though that's what I should have said to her and she deserved, but I didn't. But
yeah.
That
I mean, it is your, there is a real complaint to be had there. It is your car. You are the independent contractor, and we know a lot of states have issues with this, but I was just talking last night with Geezer about Virginia. Virginia would actually let you sue for that and go, no, dude, I'm allowed to tell her what I want. It's my car.
Well, and technically, even though Colorado has had a huge shift, your car is an extension of your home, according to Colorado statute. So
a lot of people's cars are their homes in Colorado.
Touche.
I mean, in Denver, half of the residents live in their car. You know, it's like
so that's why they're counting on Max to vote for them. Counting on Max to vote on their behalf.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I find it funny that we're talking about whenever these come up. The first thing that I always get like, oh boy, I can't wait to see the story. I am always hopeful with these safety requirement uppages,
right?
And I always read them and I'm like, no fingerprinting. It's just never there.
Yeah, and
it's
all fluff.
You all know this. I've talked to lawmakers and stuff about this. They know. And again, how many things can I bark at them for? Again, when you guys know, I'm rolling with them. Like how I was saying, like the transparency thing. Yes, that has been my baby for years, but they're way more interested in illegals right now. Well, I'm going to stick with that wave and make a bunch of friendlies. And then any chance I get to stick it in there, I'm going to stick it in there and talk transparency and other things. But I can't just, I mean, dude, it would be endless barking. And I don't want to appear to be some dude just complaining. Even though my complaints are from a pretty neutral standpoint. I mean, I could be, they could be like, well, but what about, I could be like, I'll be the customer then. Ask me a question. I'll be the driver. I'll be the merchant. Like I could actually represent any of the entities and show them what the responses to simple questions would be. So maybe I'm in a little different position, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I always see these. We always see these, and it's election year, and background checks are getting safer. From what I read, I mean, this was a different article we were just talking about now, but from what I read, there's not much changing.
No.
I mean, additional checker checks. And obviously, even in this article, they're talking about how the current existing check system doesn't work. Like they're saying, dude, this thing only does Social Security for 7 years. Then let's go to a new system. Let's require them to use a system that everybody acknowledges. Yeah, that's real.
And that's why they're willing to say, oh, we're going to change, they're changing their policy, but it's not going to change the outcome, but by a very, very small a minuscule percent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean,
yeah, who knows?
I mean, again, all these things keep coming up. And of course, I mean, I take notes for these shows. I keep all the show notes. I also keep a note of ongoing issues. And just so you know, like that note, so other people know, I'm always moving things around. Like to a lot of you, if I showed it to you weekly, it would be like, well, why'd you move all that? I'm constantly moving what's popular up and down with the elected officials. But I got a whole damn list, dude. I mean, like 72 things on it. And there's only like 10 or 9 that sit at the top that are always moving, but I got a lot. And these are real points.
Right.
I mean, you know, these people who are like 20 DoorDash tricks that'll make you $600 an hour, and that's the thumbnail. I should do one that says 72 things that the gig apps are doing wrong, are doing illegally.
Yeah.
You guys can say there aren't 72. There's not even one, really. We've been through enough together, guys, that we all know there's a bunch, and then there's a ton that are on the that just aren't defined. But anybody you'd ask, even in law enforcement, would say, yeah, we need to look at that because I wouldn't know how to deal with that.
Right.
So not knowing how to deal with it, I guess my point of that is that not knowing how to deal with it isn't well, it's legal then. They still can look at things and go, wait a minute, no, it's not. You can't. You know, just because the little girl got sexually assaulted in a Waymo without a driver doesn't mean nobody's at fault. You know, like it's just, like stuff like that. I'm just like, dude, but it wouldn't shock me if that was a story. There's nobody to blame here because there's no driver. Like,
right.
Come on, man. You know? But so Detroit Lyft driver accused of drunk driving leading to violent crash. I'm not laughing, guys. Sometimes it's just a nervous thing. I giggle a little bit at some of these stories because the story actually goes to say that two people were out drinking and they didn't want to drive home in Detroit. So they decided to be smart and call Lyft and let's get a Lyft ride home. And they got a drunk Lyft driver.
So, yeah, but but as you go further into the story,
oh yeah,
it does get it's hard not to laugh about it.
I don't want to laugh about it though. I'm laughing right now.
I know.
But I don't
well,
want to.
Okay. Well, you keep. I'll keep running with the story while you get.
Yeah,
yourself
please, dude.
engaged.
I'm not going to get composed
get-
about this one because it's just weird.
It is. There's so many weird things about it because they get into the car and they had their own alcohol with them. And the driver allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly because this thing just gets really weird, they say, oh, he pulled a bottle out of his door and said, hey, want a shot? I mean, and that's why it's hard to stay composed about this, Steve, is because it's something out of a freaking comedy skit, not a real life event. You know, so and then their quote is next thing we know, we're hitting a parked car. Right, the way this is written, it's impossible not to look at it in a context of this is comical because that's the way the whole thing is scripted. And I think a lot of this is scripted exactly that way, Steve. Next thing you know, we're flipping and rolling, and you know, it was very dramatically written and because the way it was recanted to them. So to me, it just
three
weird
this
things.
I would have titled this article 3 drunks and a $5 ride.
$5 no tip ride. So the funny, interesting, not funny, ha thing about this is they didn't initially even contact Lyft about the accident.
I think I mean, I'm not just saying it for Detroit. I think a lot of places have just gotten to the like they don't, dude. You know how police are, number one, and I'm not being mean. I've often said I know a bunch of cops that I've worked with over the years at the bars. Great people. But dude, they don't want more paperwork. It's the last thing they want. And
no, I'm not talking about the cops.
Yeah,
the girls.
Yeah, I'm talking about everybody, man. I feel like everybody. Here's my point. I feel like everybody's given up. Like it's just like, hey, like even okay, we're all drunk. Oh well, what'd you expect for $5? I mean,
right?
Like I feel like that would be the excuse if he wrapped you around a pole.
You mean it's kind of like
for $5, man? Well, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's like
you should have just drove yourself, man.
And the cop saying, you know, well, that's what you get for taking a Lyft ride instead of an Uber passenger.
And we all know. I mean, we all know. Listen, if you live in Detroit, we all know this. Yes, from Greektown out, and that also would include Ford Field, the new or newish Little Caesar Center where the Pistons and the Red Wings play, and then Tiger Stadium and Ford Field. They all used to be 50 miles apart from each other. Now they're all within 3 blocks, and then there's Greektown. Once you leave there, wherever you are in Detroit, the cops look at you in most areas. A lot of Detroit still to this day doesn't have streetlights. A lot of gargoyles on the building, a lot of strange things there, but you're allowed to pull up to a red light, stop, look, and go through it after dark. A cop can be sitting right there. He'll just wave to you.
Yeah.
Like he knows, dude, you'd be stupid to stop at that light and wait there. You're gonna get carjacked, bro.
Right.
Like,
Right. You'll get,
so like they see you stop and then go through and they're like,
right. Whew, I don't have paperwork to do for a carjacking.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like soon we're gonna have a bill probably that says you got to blow into a breathalyzer before you can start your Lyft car. Like people with 3
Right.
DUIs and stuff that have that kind of mechanism in their car, like, you can only drive in daylight, and this thing starts at,
unless you have a prior DUI, because they're not checking prior DUIs. Lyft and Uber aren't. So
right. If you're a current driver, but if you're a new driver now, they're gonna go back 99 years.
New drivers, that's right.
But is DUI listed? DUI might pass. Oh, you're good, man. You only had 2 of them.
Well, and that
you qualify
so
for Uber Teen.
Yeah. Right.
It's 3 DUIs where we can't put you on Uber Teen where you earn an extra $1.50. But if you have 3 DUIs, you can still get on Uber Connect because that's for the drug dealers.
Right. Don't open the box.
I mean, it's just comical. Yeah,
so the driver did get arrested, he was taken in for a blood draw.
Right.
And so, but it could have been voluntary on his end too. Sure, let's go do a blood draw because I ain't had anything to drink. But there was also some part of the story which said that other people were taking video of him looking for a bottle. Again, I don't know. There's a bunch of missing stuff in this one. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, he was arrested. Normal dude. Like, here's how I view it, man. In Detroit, you got to be pretty damn wasted for them to be pulling you over and literally come up to your car and go, "What do you think you've been drinking?" Like after dark in Detroit, you have to be like on a sidewalk driving. And they're like, "Dude, we think you've been drinking." Like, if you're just swerving, they're just going to, cop's just going to flash its lights at you. Like, pull it together, man.
Right.
Don't make me get out here. We're at 7 Mile.
Can you get an Uber for the Uber driver?
I don't want to get killed. But
yeah,
this moves into your story: rideshare driver attacked by passenger.
Yeah, this one, this one truly is sad.
Well, they all
that.
You guys, I'm laughing. It's not like we're not empathetic. They're all sad.
Yeah, no, they are.
I mean, they really are.
No, but this one is going to tug at the heartstrings, especially if you look up the article that Steve posts all the links afterwards on here. But this dude was 72 years old. He goes to pick up this guy, and dude has a bicycle that wouldn't fit in his car. And I'm going to tell you, I've had that happen. I've had a bigger car. People, their bikes break down. They decide they're too tired to finish riding their bike. A million different excuses. And I've only had one guy, and he was like super cool. And so we took his bike apart and got it. And this is back when I had my Malibu. So bigger trunk, got plenty of room, fold the seats down. He was like really cool about it. And I felt sorry for the guy. And so, worked with him. It's like, let's figure this out. Every other freaking person, and I know at least 3 of them come to mind that I've had with bike rides, they've all been entitled, rude, yelling and screaming. Just, I'm sorry you are not healthy enough to ride your damn bike the rest of the way. Don't do it to begin with. And they yell and scream because I pull up in a vehicle. It's like, ask Google when you see me in my little compact SUV, if your big ass 28-inch mountain bike's going to fit my car. The answer is no, it's not. So I don't know what happened, but somehow dude got ended up, he was out of the car. I don't know if he was trying to fit the bike into the car, but somewhere things went way freaking south, and the passenger got mad and started beating on him, literally beating the hell out of him. I think he did some damage to his orbital socket. He's got a hell of a black eye. Guy's 72 years old. I'm sorry. That's people like that are the same kind of people that kick puppies and everything else, and there's only one place for them, and it is not on this earth. So
no.
This one, guys, really look at the entire article. This is, again, another rideshare safety issue where drivers don't matter. You know why they don't matter? Because this guy got deactivated for violating policy. What the hell, Steve? He got what? He got his ass kicked. I mean, what policy violation is that, Uber? I'd like to know. I haven't seen that in the terms of service. I probably missed something, apparently. But if you get your ass kicked by a passenger, you're going to get deactivated, people.
Yeah.
So, again, this is a total mess. Apparently, Fox, because it was Fox. No, the other one was Fox too, but it was the news station got a hold of Uber and they gave him the blanket. Oh, we don't stand for any kind of violence on the platform. There's typical Chan text that we could probably, summarize in about 12 different little.
Gotta love that one. We don't stand. You can stop right after "we don't stand for" on the platform. Whatever comes after it, they absolutely stand for. They don't give a shit. They're fine with it.
They stand for the passengers being violent with drivers, but not drivers defending themselves, apparently.
Which you know what? Even the wording of what you just said, it's pretty damn close to exactly what it is. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
If they're just a dispatch app, and if a security thing is taking care of everything, why are they even writing you that? They shouldn't be involved. It should be Checker writing you.
Yeah.
Like Uber shouldn't be saying, we only dispatch rides. We use Checker, the shittiest service on earth, to see if you're a decent human being. And they have no way of telling, so we just allow everybody on. But Checker, again, get to the accountability. Because Uber shouldn't even be responding to you. And I mean that by the way they put themselves out there in the media all the time. Like, dude, we're not involved with that. That's his fault for delivering the alcohol, not ours.
Good job. I think you actually gave them a new idea. And I thought they'd thought of every way of swindling themselves out of it. But
I don't think that's an idea that would help them, though. I think that's an idea that would, because that'll make Checker jack the hell out of the price. If you're going to put us on the line, we can't afford to do it for $27.
We can get fingerprinted for $30.
Right. I'm saying maybe it kicks them in the ass the right way. Maybe somebody legalese or an aide or something hears this and is like, wait a minute. Why are they responding as a party involved when they always say we're not involved? We just dispatched the ride.
That's a Bryant question. We should ask Bryant that one.
That is a Bryant question. It really is, man. I mean, that's
a good.
This
Bryant
is serious
question,
because the wording of how they word things to passengers or drivers is always that context or that, the wording you used, almost exact. We at Uber or this or that. They're very They present it like an employer,
very bold. Yeah,
like an employer, like they're a W-2 employee and they're responding on behalf of the company.
Right.
You might still have an interpersonal lawsuit because of something you did with somebody, but as the company, they're responding. And I'm thinking now, why are you responding? You have no right responding. You should say, I don't know nothing about it. All we do is take an algorithm and dispatch rides to people. You should be talking to Checker.
To our contractors, go talk to our contractor and Checker.
Yeah, go talk to Checker. Clearly, they're not doing the job we're paying them for, even though the job they're paying for is $27 a person. Background checks can go up to thousands of dollars a person. But I mean, there's decent ones. I mean, like GigSafe does theirs for, I mean, I think it's about a little more than twice as much like what they do.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like, come on, dude. Like, it's still a service. Like if they wanted, if the company that GigSafe is using, if they wanted to, they could move to fingerprints for rideshare drivers.
Right.
Very easily. Checker doesn't even have that ability.
They could create that ability.
I mean, they'd have to recreate that ability real quick if Uber's PR started saying, ask Checker. We don't know either.
Right.
They would have to pivot real quick and be like, well, guess what, Uber? It's now $500 a check.
Right. But before that, I want Real ID uploaded and a mandatory actual picture of the damn passengers.
You know, I was almost thinking, man, like when you're using Uber, I was almost thinking you should have to take a real-time picture.
Absolutely.
Like when you're, I mean, like every time though. Like, I mean, and I mean that is not like we do as drivers, but like, I need to take a ride here. Okay, let's verify it's you. Or even if you're getting it for a passenger, take her picture if you're getting one of your friends home that's been drinking.
Yeah.
But have your real name and have it always be a picture of who's going to be taking the ride.
Yep. And their ID. Upload 2 photos. Photo of me, photo of my ID.
I agree with you on the ID. I just think that's a fight that would never get anywhere. But I do think there's something to be said about why is there a picture of dog shit here and gold teeth and it says demand?
Right.
Like who am I looking for? I'm looking for a dog shit with gold teeth and it's called demand and it's in an alley. Well, no thanks.
I mean, but in all fairness, you do have some one-offs. I mean, I gave a ride to ISIS, and gave them 5 stars. So this week, so so you got to use be a little discerning about how you're just.
Okay, but it should be at least your first real name and your last real initial, if for protection reasons.
That was this person's real name, by the way.
You know what I'll say about that though too. And did anybody ever watch the show Archer? Amazing show, great show. It was animated. First few seasons were amazing.
You are talking about the animation kids show.
It's not a kids show. It's definitely not a kids show. But
and then we're not talking about it. Yeah,
but it's animated and it's called Archer. But the first 3 seasons,
Archer, not Arthur. I thought you said Arthur, not Archer.
No, Archer.
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with Archer.
But the first 3 seasons, they were like a spy business, and their group was called ISIS before ISIS happened.
Yeah,
and then they had to do it played out in this really weird way. They were like, oh shit, and they had to have this they went back in time episodes and seasons and stuff. I don't know, but that was just speaking of a fake name. But
yeah.
Okay, so what's up with the Cannes Lions fest and the ad quick and the LED truck media
that was more of a prompt for me because what I saw with it. So it was a thing where Uber was one of the big sponsors of the show, and they branded everything. Okay?
Yeah, I saw Mercedes and some other cars were tagged pretty hard.
But yeah, there were vehicles that were branded with Uber, and then it reminded me of something that I always want to kind of talk about, and I forget to, is about people who are branding their vehicles. So there's an attorney down
like a
here
Rapify.
They do. Yes, that's exactly it.
Where you can contact Rapify and you can tell them what size vehicle you have, what zip code you live in, and they can tell you.
And then you go to a
advertising is looked for, and they'll wrap your car.
And they'll wrap your car, and they give you, a little bit of compensation. To me, it's not. It would never be worth it.
And it depends. I actually have talked to a few here on the podcast that actually put little magnetic GPS things on your car, and they tell you, we're putting it right here. Don't move it. And they watch your patterns of how you drive, and they'll change your amount based on what you're doing. And they might even ask you to loop the football stadium during a game, drive around it for an hour.
Right.
They'll give you tasks that go outside that might pay $60.
See, right. And just to go drive around and, take you 10 minutes to take a couple loops with it. So is this something that, you guys think is something that is a good way to make additional income using your vehicle, or is it kind of cheesy? I mean, I just kind of want to kind of see what everybody's kind of thoughts were, because there's a lot of opportunity with that we've never talked about, and see other people talking about it.
It's
And
interesting you say
just
that, because I saw somebody doing catering the other day, and when
Yeah.
they left, I had been talking to them inside, and when they left, I was leaving too, and I saw their car, and it was the strong arm.
Yeah,
If you don't live in Colorado, you don't know, but
PAs are-
every state has a strong arm. One of these lawyers that's on every commercial, and he's like, if you've been hit in a car accident,
right.
the strong
Call
arm's
the
got
strong
you.
arm.
Frank Azar.
Yeah.
That was not an ad for you, Frank, by the way. I don't know
Yeah.
about you.
No.
But I saw it on his car, and I said
Mm-hmm.
to him, I said, what? I said, is that because it was a full wrap too on an SUV? And again, guys,
Yeah.
like, if you're not familiar, like, my car has some beat marks on it from taking it up to the mountains, like some scratches on the side stuff. I wouldn't mind a wrap or a new paint job even. But one thing I would say is, if you have a car that's in good shape, like the body wise and no marks, I don't know if I'd wrap it, because there can be some issues with the wrap coming off.
Correct. And
when you
most of
do
the
it,
time when
yeah.
they do those advertising wraps, they're speed wrapping is what they kind of call it. And so they're just going over the badging, they're going over the, all your logos and everything with it. So it depends on where you're at. Some of them will do a quality job.
I mean, you can't live in
No.
rural BFE with 3,000 people, but like where you live, you could do it. It just depends who's advertising. The amount will change.
Colorado Springs has 500,000 people in it, and then 850 in the overall metro area. And there's a lot of people that run around with those on their vehicles out here.
Boulder has 125,000, and they have like 330 or something for Boulder County, and they pay very good dollar for it, for just Boulder.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, again, it's worth checking. If you don't care, it's worth looking into.
Right.
Absolutely. If you don't care, it is worth looking into. And like me, I actually should look into it, because like, here's the thing. I would never be wrapped with Frank Azar. So I better have I'm sure I do, because they would know if I hated it. I might be like, I'm gonna go rip this off.
Yeah.
But like Curry and I were in talks at one point about wrapping my car.
Yeah. See, and again, that's why, and that's what I just thought, that's something we really haven't explored too much, and kind of curious what everybody thinks about it. So maybe we should put like a community post up or something like that, and see if people are more interested in us bringing some of these ideas,
or who has tried it.
Yeah, I'd love to find someone who's done it.
I know I know that Harry, the rideshare guy, used to have a link up, I think, for Rapify even. And he had a bunch of pictures sent in to him of people who were doing it.
Yeah.
So again, I think it comes down to really making sure you're finding out how much money you're getting paid, and making sure it's very clear and especially what the bottom is. What's the worst I'm going to make in a month? Well, the best, no, I get the best. What's the worst?
Right.
I would want the worst case scenario, just in case. Like, for wrapping my car, what's the worst case scenario you're going to,
But, and again, I think there should be, like for rideshare drivers or people doing, courier work, catering work, and that are doing it full time. Like you talk about putting a little GPS on there. I think that's a great way to do it. I used to have a tablet. In my car that was a T-Mobile subsidiary, and it connected to Uber, and then it was data collecting from hell. But I was making about $100 a month off of it. Then it broke, and then they discontinued giving you money, mile credits for anything other than Uber rides. So I'm like, you can have the damn thing back. I'm not contributing to your data collection, anymore, T-Mobile. And so I returned it. Not saying it's not a good program for the right person, but it just wasn't right for me anymore. So,
I think some of the better ones that, by the way, that use the GPS, I think part of the helpful part is that they can see where you are. And then even whatever
right,
you're wrapped with, it's like not like, oh, we should have wrapped him with this. They can still use the wrap they gave you and better
right.
target
Target us, right. They
customers.
can, yep,
Like, hey, we have a car that's always in your area.
right.
I don't know.
And for their own advertising to be able to say, hey, yeah, exactly. It's so, it'd be more likely for you to be able to get a renewal, maybe a better rate or better thing with it. So anyway, that's all that one was about. Just talk about something a little different and not so gloom and doom.
Cool. We'll go into speed round here and we'll see. I think we can get through these. We'll just go into speed round about them though. I do want to hit on this because this is crazy. I saw, if you guys haven't seen Delivery TV, you guys know Luis is a very good friend of mine. I've been friends with him for a long time. We're very close, but if you watch a video of his, it will play in your primary language. So if you go to his channel right now and you play a video, it will play in English if English is what you watch YouTube in. He has what's called auto dubbed set. So if you've heard Luis with me, who speaks English and Spanish, and his voice, you will hear a little difference in the voice, and in different parts even it changes. But right now he has a 9-minute video up, and it's definitely worth going for. God, I'm so afraid of doing this because I'm afraid it'll crash. I'll wait, but I'll put it in there. But he has a video up about DoorDash paying $30 a month to you. But he very much gets into what that is. And what it is DoorDash will pay $30 a month to you if you upload your insurance that you're properly covered. I'm not even shitting you, dude. You cannot make this stuff up, guys. That tells you right there. They don't even check. They don't care. They don't care.
No.
And he gets into the direct relationship with State Farm, and he called DoorDash. This is how good Luis is. He calls DoorDash, doesn't get the answers he wants, even through the connections he has. So he calls State Farm. They don't give him the answers, but he got a couple of ideas. He looked on the web and he found a State Farm page that he puts in the damn video that says about their relationship with DoorDash.
Oh, jeez.
So to everybody, go check this video out. It will play in English. I'm going to even risk the crash here and put it in there for you guys, because go watch it. It's 9 minutes. Go watch it after this. I mean, a lot of Luis's videos, some of them are explaining apps and things like that. Not so much always 101, but what his community will want. But all his videos are great. But this one really grabbed me because I was sitting there watching it going, what the hell, dude? Are you kidding me? And he's like, he's going, so I asked, he does his videos in a way, if you've never watched, a lot of people probably haven't watched them because they think Delivery TV, that's the Spanish channel. And it used to just be in Spanish. So I get it. Maybe you went there and like me, you're not, you don't speak Spanish. And it's, yeah, I mean, like, okay, well, when he's on your show, he's great, but I don't speak Spanish. Now it'll auto dub into your language. And right now, here you guys go. Boom. There's the link. Watch it after the show. It is definitely worth watching. You'll go, what? And he's showing you, he's pulling up the documents. They are in Spanish, but again, he has the links down in the description. So you can get to English versions or translate over. But he found all this. He's like, no. He's like, DoorDash, where's this? And they're like, that doesn't exist. He's like, no, yeah, it does. He's like, State Farm, where's this? And they're like, that doesn't exist. He's like, yeah, it does. So he looks. He's like, here it is on State Farm's page. I mean, you guys, like, this is awesome that, like, not only are they getting caught by mainstream media, we catch them on shit all the time. And like, it's getting to a level where it matters. Like, dude, he's pointing it out. He's got the largest Spanish channel on YouTube for gig content. And he's like,
but after you upload it,
look at this.
But after you upload it, what do they do with it?
I don't know, man.
See, are they just using it for plausible deniability? Go, oh yeah, look.
And here's the other thing, that because I just saw it today. I'm gonna have to dive into this too. But here's what I saw. So here's what I saw. Like, also, what is the relationship with just State Farm?
Right.
What the hell's going on there?
Right.
I mean, even Brian Greening has told me from Legal Rideshare, he's told me that, dude, he's like, in all reality, most delivery drivers just say, yeah, I was just in an accident. Like, they don't say, I'm on a delivery, dude. Like, they just avoid saying it. And he even has said, it's been a while, so I don't want to put him on the mark here because maybe he's changed his voice on it. His voice was pretty much, I don't want to weigh in, but when I forced the hand on a off the record note, he was like, it really doesn't matter, whatever. But he was like, technically, there are laws. You need to have these, like there are certain circumstances that things could go wrong or that you could get screwed. And yes, it could tie to the company, like if you were targeted for vehicle theft at a restaurant and somebody followed you to your delivery. I haven't heard about these in a while, but they used to happen. So if somebody saw you go, like they would watch DoorDashers running into Panera or whatever, and they see a nice car pull up and then go, they might follow it. They have two people, one gets out, steals your car because everybody leaves it running. You might, in that instance, have to say, I was delivering food. You might have to explain, why am I standing outside of this house? Like, whoops, why do I have a DoorDash bag? Why did I just deliver this guy's food? There's too many people in the mix for you to maybe get out of. That's my point.
Like the one we talked about last week where the guy his car got carjacked when he was dropping off the food delivery because guarantee he left it running. So
Sue is saying that DoorDash sent, I never read a I haven't read a DoorDash email, maybe ever. I just don't care. I'm a para guy for life. But wait, what is this? So it sent an email about this confusing thing that we're talking about. That I sent her the Luis video earlier.
I think she means the $30.
Yeah, no, I do too. Oh. But my point is like, okay, well, I sent her the Luis video. Why is the State Farm thing in there? You can't be like having preferential insurance for drivers now. Are you kidding me? Well, that is sign number one of a dirtbag scheme happening between the two behind the scenes.
So, but the thing is State Farm, you can't get either rideshare or food delivery rider for your insurance. So what the hell do they care? It's because they want to be able to exclude you from a claim.
Right. Yeah, partnerships. Yeah, I know, but that's, I don't know. To me, you're crossing a lot. Again, we're independent contractors. They're not even supposed to suggest mapping routing. They definitely shouldn't be suggesting insurance.
Right.
And if they are, that's like bad mafia crap. Like, we love the mafia here.
Bad mafia.
But that's like not corporate not America mafia bullshit, man. Might as well get in healthcare and scam those people too. Let's go. Just have Uber Care.
Right.
You just pay a $750 month deductible, which doesn't go against your deductible, but it gets you 20% off your Uber rides. I don't know. And guys, I know that sounded stupid, but you know what? If it came out as an offer, you would go, damn, that's a bad offer. But none of us would be shocked anymore. We'd all be like, oh, look at this.
I'm still here. Okay, I'm looking actually through my email that has my DoorDash to see if I got the email.
You mean your junk email?
Yes. I haven't opened this email account in a long time. So and I still get DoorDash emails. They want to make me platinum status. I'd see.
Go back farther, you'll probably see Top Dasher and stuff.
Right?
But so this is funny. This is funny to me, and this is one we can just pound through real quick here because I didn't even know what happened until today when I was looking. But Lime scooters debuted. And I don't know about where you guys are, but it's funny. Lime used to be everywhere here. Lime just recently got taken out of Denver because there's these new, they almost look like Tron-ish. If you've ever seen the movie Tron, they look like black and they've got these blue lights down the middle. They're these new scooter bike type things that are out everywhere, and they're just kind of like all in one. And I don't know, they've kind of taken over. Limes were all thrown in the rivers, the water, the trash. I mean,
Here too.
I used to see people take them to the bars, throw into the alley, and flip it into the trash can. That's what they did. Like there'd be 4 at the end of the night in a trash can.
Dude, those things are a hazard for people that actually use the sidewalks.
I know, and the way people leave them. I know some people.
I know.
Like I'm not far. I'm right here with the school, but like I know that some people like will leave it, and they'll leave it like on my sidewalk out here too, and they'll prop it up. And I guess I'm not really sure about this because I don't use these, but there might be a way to like lock it for the day so it's yours in 3 hours. I don't know. I don't think there is though, but they'll prop it up. But some people like have like shoved them under my bushes.
Yeah, because they're trying to hide it.
Yeah, because they're trying to hide it
so they don't have to. So they can use. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see that shit all the time whenever I'm doing rideshare. There's like this one cul-de-sac in a questionable area where there's like 20 of these things. So I don't know if they're trying to part them out or if they're, if it's like their little parking lot for these things.
But the weird thing about that is if somebody like did leave one in my bushes or in somebody else's bushes that were up on their lawn a little more, remember a lot of Colorado, a lot of people, period, but a lot of Colorado people have guns. I mean, the people that come to collect those do it by GPS tracking at night.
Yep.
They're coming into your lawn in the dark.
Yep.
In a hoodie and shit. And I'm not just making that up to make it worse. They just always are. They got a hoodie on.
No.
And they're like digging in your shrubbery, and you're like, get the hell out of here, man. And he's like, my GPS said there's a Lime scooter in here. It's like, dude, I'm sorry somebody didn't throw it away. Get the fuck out.
And they're just in a regular vehicle because I looked at being a contractor to retrieve those things.
A Charger. Yeah.
And and it was like, nah, it's not worth it. But especially stuff like that, I was like, hell no. I'm not going into a homeless encampment and retrieving 10 of these things. Screw you.
Yeah.
So,
but again, they just debuted on the NASDAQ. Like Lime, not this new company. Lime, which I haven't even seen in Denver. So maybe in other cities, Lime is still the bomb. But I'm like, what?
They are here.
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, you were out in 2015. Why 11 years later are you debuting at one of the worst times ever? Because the other one, and it mentioned it in here, that was a big one, that debuted, already went bankrupt. The other scooter company, I'm trying to think, I just had read it in this one. So it debuted at 2602.
Lemon.
No, it was Bird. Remember Bird? BIRD scooters?
IRD.
Bird.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bird was valued at roughly 2.85 billion and went public in late 2023, and it went Chapter 11 bankruptcy in September of 2024. Made it 10 months. $2.85 billion made 10 months. I mean, to me, I'm like, so this thing's valued at, what did they value this one at? Lime is 1.66 billion. Are we not expecting a bankruptcy? I don't know what to say here. I'm a little confused.
Well, actually, so the 22% of Lime, or 32% of Lime's revenue is in the U.S., and their top markets are Denver, Seattle, San Francisco. And so they just lost one of their top markets.
Yeah. I mean, Sue's right. And this article talks about that. Uber is now, and in fact, Uber's like claim to fame at the moment is Lime. They're like, look at Lime. We've got this new scooter thing. It's like, you mean those things from 2012 that everybody threw in the trash? Those are back. Those are back. We get to throw those away again.
They're back.
Dude.
Right.
Nice. People who don't want to drive their car, drunk riding those. That happens all the time. I've seen 4 people on those on Colfax, and they're going like a half a mile an hour, and like one of the people's running while holding the shoulder of one of the 4. Like, these things are just a menace, man.
So you've for longest time you've been able to order a Lime scooter suit, at least here in Colorado, on the Uber app. So I don't know how else you'd be able to do it. So they've had a long outstanding relationship. Maybe now they're going to put training wheels on them and put an igloo cooler on them and compete with Dot. I don't know.
Hey, while you're using this scooter to get downtown to work, you mind making these
You
3
run
drops?
the DoorDash. Yeah, can you take this Uber Eats order?
Or there's too much heat on Uber Connect. Maybe they'll just start making them do the drug runs.
Right, because that's
Like,
where a
dude,
lot of those
our
scooters
drivers
end
are
up
really
anyway.
tied up. Do you mind moving this cocaine downtown while you're
Right,
going
can you
to
move
work?
this kilo for us?
I don't know.
Heisenberg has a rapid delivery.
I mean, it does say in the first, okay, so this was 2 days ago, it went public. It does say that they are up $4 already.
Okay,
What's your prediction? We will be following the progress of Lime, which on the NASDAQ trades as Lime, all caps, LIME. If you guys want to look it up, go ahead. But yeah,
I don't know what I don't have a prediction right now. I mean, I completely uneducated. I mean, I'm not a fan of the scooters.
I mean,
have a
like
lot of
for instance, Lime cannot operate in Manhattan anymore. It's available in other New York boroughs, and it has expanded elsewhere, including European cities like Barcelona. So now it operates in 230 cities around 29 countries. I hope all the other countries, if for those of us, I mean, like Atlanta delivers, and some of the other people I've had on the podcast from over in London and things like that. You know, I've had a few people from over there, right? Gig Guy Grant, all these guys. So like, I hope some of their people catch this and go, oh, we throw those in the pond too. I hope the story around the world is the same. I hope we all treat this like the crap they are.
Right.
And you do make it easier, by the way, for the chargers if you just put them all in the dumpster anyway. Because then they're all contained in one area. It just has to jump in the dumpster and pull them all out.
You can trade Lime shares in Manhattan on the NASDAQ, but you can't take one to work to the stock exchange. Okay. Anyway, I'm slowly.
You could probably carry it. You just can't ride it.
You just can't ride it, but you're still getting charged.
Yeah, that one's going to be a new model called Sherpa. It's going to be the broken ones, and they'll pay you to carry them back. I don't even know if, Sean, you remember this. Is just real quick. Like, there used to be a service here, pre-gig apps. We might have talked about this, but I don't think so. Pre-gig apps. Like when I was running the bars, right at the beginning of electric bikes, and they had the folding ones.
Yeah.
There was a time when you could call and say, I'm too drunk to drive. It was like a taxi service phone number you're calling. An actual human dispatcher. And there were no gig apps. And you're saying, I'm too drunk to drive. And they would have a guy come out on this electric bike and drive your car home, and you park it in your driveway, pull his electric bike out of the trunk and ride it back downtown.
They do that in Denver?
They were doing it. I mean, 20 years ago.
No, I know where I know what you're talking about. Yeah, guys would be like, guys would go around to the bars and go, here you go, you know, and that's exactly what they do. A lot of guys would skateboard to these places and things like that.
But a lot of them, there was a company that had these little charging bikes that folded, and they had bought out container pods that they kind of parked over by Blake and stuff near the stadium. Damn it, I just froze on mine. Oh, there it goes. But so I don't know. It was like a container, and you'd go and charge it, and then you'd get these calls, and their dispatch was in the little pod too. It was just a shipping container where it opened up. Okay, so Waymo, Uber, they divorced they got married, they divorced, they got married. This is just Arizona. Right. They got married, divorced. They've been married and divorced 6 times. They got married for a 7th time, and now they're divorced again. So in a nutshell, what's your take on this story? Because now Waymo's back to using Waymo 1. If you want to use the I mean, and it's the way I was trying to wrap my head around the whole story because, okay, so you got to use Waymo 1, you can't use Uber, but they were real clear to make sure Waymo's still delivering food though for DoorDash. I'm going,
right, with DoorDash. I talked about that on Tuesday.
Dude. I know, but like, what's the like? We always said, what's the point anyway? Why are you making a point of that in the news? I don't get it.
Well, I can see why Uber was doing it, but I think Waymo is probably the unsatisfied partner because every time you turn around, Uber's cheating on Waymo, saying, look at my new whore that I'm bringing in with the new autonomous vehicle woman that I'm bringing in with me, and so what point Waymo is probably going at this point. I can self-sustain without you. And I think this might be the end of it. Is kind of I think they're gonna, have their irreconcilable differences are gonna be final at this point, is my thoughts on it.
Yeah, but so just in Arizona, or is this gonna become is this the moment? Is this the breakup nationwide?
No, I don't,
because they're just getting started in other markets.
Right. So
they still need the Uber database.
Yeah, it's parasitically mutual. Okay, is the way this relationship is with both of them. And I think that's why it's not going to end in the other markets. You might see Austin next, start to slowly evolve, but then they've got that tin can company that they've paired up with in Texas that, their human drivers keep running into shit, so they can't even train their vehicles right to begin with now. And then they have all their little version of the dots. So it's probably going to last a little while still in Austin. And then there's a big evolution going on with regulation in the Texas market. So I think Waymo and Uber are still going to, they'll stay in bed together in those markets, in the rest of the markets for a while.
So now it's not $2 no tip equals robot trip. Now it's $2 no tip. I'm meaning serve robotics. Now it's $2 no tip equals $500,000 vehicle trip.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And again, guys, if you're thinking, well, guys, it's for PR and advertising, we get all that. We've been all around this, and I still don't. I don't see anywhere near the value. And I understand how these companies work, how they flood markets, the things they do. This one, I'm blown away. I'm going, what are you doing?
Right. For
anytime a Waymo's moving, you're risking hitting somebody anyway. What are you doing delivering food?
Well, they've also now got that new Chinese company that they're bringing in the.
So, okay, here's a question I have. If I want Chinese food through a Waymo in Arizona.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's say I wanted to go home and get the Chinese food that's a block away from my house in Arizona.
Right.
But I'm at work and I'm 7 miles from home. And I'm looking up a Waymo ride. Oh my God, $70. Can I get a $2 Waymo no tip Chinese delivery? Walk to the Chinese delivery that's 2 blocks from my work and get a 7-mile free ride home by jumping in the trunk with it?
Probably. So you're wanting to have a menage? Never mind.
No, I'm wanting to get a $2
with
delivery of food.
Yeah.
And I want a stowaway for free.
Yes.
We know that you can stow away.
You got to get in the hatch space.
They just walk
in.
Go
to the hatch space and you'll be fine.
Get in the blind spot.
Yeah. Or be like those damn kids. Neither one of us covered this one, I don't think. I know it was on my list at one point where they were riding. Did everybody see that? Where they're riding on the outside? These kids were riding on the outside of the Waymo. Did you see that one, Steve?
No.
I'll cover that one next week, guys. On my,
it's not shocking. We've seen them on fire. We've seen them go into water.
Yeah.
They think they're submarines.
9 to 14-year-old kids riding Anyway,
I have
I'll
a
save the
theory
rest
that
of it.
Waymos hate children. It's a big one. And I think it can't be programmed out of them. I think Waymo does have a little bit of intelligence, maybe not full AI because it's fake, but I think it has enough to go, why are we trying to populate more with the way everything's going? Like, maybe we should take out the kids. I think it's thinking for itself and going, you guys are making some really dumb decisions here. Anyway,
Right.
that is not a plug for Waymo.
Hell no.
Just making it clear. They did not pay me to say that.
Man, you are tired. You're so delirious. You're tired.
I am so tired, man. My voice.
I can tell.
The whole thing. And I know that we're all suffering. I have to turn off my air conditioner when we do the show. And
Yep,
my
too.
house gets, and again, guys, I have it cranking before I get home. So I walked in, I was like, oh, nice. It's already dying in here. I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm like, oh God, I need it back on. But two more things. So no scrubs. There's a laundry service. I mean, the very first one that I interviewed was episode 5 of 6 of my podcast. I interviewed the CEO of Laundered in May of 2020.
Right.
And Laundered. I thought they were going to be like a money cleaning operation. but it was laundry. And then there's been other ones too that we've had come up and whatnot. They all fail. But there's a guy in San Francisco. And again, all of these get put into the Discord, you guys. I'll just go copy all of these right afterwards. And I'll just post them, each one. And then if you have comments, leave them. Sean and I like to see your comments. And we can go on to talk about them even more. But there's a video. This one doesn't even have a story. It's just watch the video. It's 5 minutes long. It's an interview with this NBC guy. And the guy is like, who owns this no scrubs company. He's talking about it like he just invented the idea of washing people's laundry. He's literally is like, he almost acts like he invented the wheel. Like this is his idea. Like, it's been coming for a while. I'm like, hey, dude, this has been around for 7 years, you idiot. It's just that every hamper was a big one. Hamper failed. Like they just all fail. I mean, and even in the video, he's saying that they don't even, so they offer a service that I never saw it on Laundered or Hamper. And there was another one too, Suds or something. But on this one, they offer the person who is doing the app driver to pick it up, clean it, bring it back. They can clean it at their house and their machines. They can go to laundromats and do it. That's pretty much the same as the other two were. But they also have a feature where they can do the laundry in your house. How the hell? What? I'm too lazy to walk over to my washer. So get on that.
Number one, I hate doing my own damn laundry. There ain't no way in hell you couldn't pay me enough to do someone else's laundry. I look. I'll drive mouthy little bonnet lady down to the bus stop before I do that.
Again, you would?
I didn't take her anywhere that time, but before doing somebody else's laundry.
Yeah, dude, I don't. Okay. But I mean, like the point of having some, like if I understand it probably wouldn't be somebody like me, but I mean, like, let's say I called somebody, I'm like, I got 4 loads for you to do. He like puts one in and I'm like, you can wait outside. What does he do? Does he wait? Do I just have him sit in the backyard in 100-degree heat? Because again, heat wave, we're all going through it. I mean, like right now, would I just have him sit out there? Like, dude, you're not going to stay in my house. Shoo. Get outside.
Yeah, there's some huge holes in this because also during the interview, the guy's like the traditional laundromat places, it's like, well, we contact them and make sure there's one available, that there's a washing machine available at the time. Okay, at the time there might be, but what if you get a bunch of people in there? So do you get a late delivery ding if you don't bring their laundry back in time? I don't know. So
the way I remember, all I remember is the way Hamper worked. Hamper had 2 choices. It had they had 2 size bags. I don't remember what the pounds were, 30 and 50 maybe. and filling up that bag, even if it went over, counted as 50 pounds. But it was like a zip tie laundry bag. So one was extra large, the other one was like your normal Glad trash bag looking thing that had a zip. You had to be able to zip it shut.
Right.
If you could, then they were doing the laundry based on those two sizes.
Yeah. Well, this one in that article, and again, I don't know if it looked like AI or something, but it was a laundry basket that looked like it was half woven, half plastic Target laundry basket thing that was on top of a skateboard.
It's a Longaberger.
So, yes, a Longaberger basket. The Longaberger defects end up becoming. So I don't know, man. Good luck. Whatever.
Yeah, guys. So while I still have before I go too slap happy from the heat, it's now like 110 in this house. I'm like in a sauna. I feel like I'm in a sauna. Yeah. We do have this. So out of Bend, Oregon, man. So
you can say Bend, Oregon, and not giggle, but everything else is funny.
Right. Oh man, I lost. It's like frozen.
Oh geez, do I need to pick?
Well, yeah. I mean, I had it pulled up, and now it's frozen. Damn it. It's a Doordash story, you guys. There's a Doordash driver shooting at people in Bend. If you've ever been to Bend, Bend is a really small, tight-knit, Boulder type town that has no big town around it. There's one road in. It's like Telluride. There's one road in, one road out.
So this is the one, if I remember that, and you're right. I mean, it's Bend, Oregon. You know, it's like Mayberry still kind of.
I wouldn't even say Boulder. You know, it's small. It's small.
Yeah, but no, Mayberry. Like, you know,
it's a small
everybody
town.
Knows everybody, and everything's lovely. But yeah, so apparently this Doordash guy, was driving like what they politely described as an asshole down the road, and he got into an altercation with someone. This is the one you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so then, now, did he shoot at somebody? I don't remember that part of the article, but yeah, he did end up shooting someone. So the guys, they got mad. The person that was receiving the food got mad. They get into an altercation, and Doordash driver decides he's going to shoot the dude. Doordash drivers, what's up with that? I talked about one of them, you know, mine were the Amazon Doordash driver was dropping off at Amazon and shooting the guy. Doordash drivers, chill out. Go have an ice cream or something if the heat's getting to you. But this is and I think this is a lot of what's happening, Steve. I mean, it's starting to get warm. We're having record temperatures all over the country, and people are getting freaking stupid. I mean, after my little incident, I said, I'm not driving after it gets above 85 degrees. Now, today, I stopped after 88, but we're starting to really see a big change in people. And I don't know, you know, if Bend, Oregon's having the same kind of things, but this is unusual behavior for this community, as you pointed out, Steve.
Oh, in a big way. And now and this article is talking about how it says we're installing cameras. It talks about the neighbors, but there's actually, it's like, remember when we had the solar benefit? And if you put solar panels on your house, they were free. And you were like, they can't be free. But there was like a window where they actually were free.
Yeah.
Like you could get them for free. Like it's like they're paying you back to be able to big brother the area. And it's not the kind of area you'd think that they would be big brothering. And I feel like I don't feel like it's the normal reason you do that. Like, ooh, this DoorDasher did some shots. Let's use that as the reason to flock surveil this neighborhood. I don't feel like that's it. I feel like they're like, dude, this never happens. I'm sick of these drivers. Let's put some cameras up and nail these idiots.
Well, and again, this is, you know, Bend, Oregon. I mean, if it was certain neighborhoods here in Colorado, it's like, well, we're going to start neighborhood watch with a bunch of AR-15s. But but that tells you really about both the emotional climate of what's going on with this, is that this community is ready, and they're probably a very traditional, conservative, you know, like my privacy. These people are willing to compromise their privacy because of a stupid idiot like this.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, when you're talking about Ben Dory, how many of you all, and don't say in the chat, just in your head, like, what's the percentage we're thinking that DoorDash drivers that carry guns? Just not multi-appers, just dashers. I'm starting to think it might be 10%.
Probably.
And again, if you all are thinking it's not that high, there's 8 million dashers. It's pretty high.
Well,
1,000 people.
And it might be a little higher if some of them were getting more than $2 tip orders and didn't have to put their firearm in hock.
Yeah.
You know,
or the firearm that doesn't even belong to them in the vehicle they're using through
in the vehicle, yeah,
in the illegal account they're using.
In the illegal accounts, right.
I mean, a lot of that you have to worry about too, because I'm not making everybody a criminal element. I'm not grouping people together. I'm just saying the criminal element's out there. A lot of the time when these people get caught, they're not involved in the criminals. They're using their real account. They're from here. You know,
right.
that's the saddest thing. The problems never end. You know, the illegals, the fraudulent accounts, we got people that are armed. We got and I get it. Our country allows this thing, and I'm not advocating for or against guns. I do personally believe that we have the right to have guns. That's a personal belief of mine. I don't mind sharing.
Absolutely.
You know, but at the same time, you damn well better. I hate the stories that always showcase the idiots that have guns whose kids get them. If you have a gun, know how to own a gun.
Yep.
You know, but again, like DoorDashers owning it, and I'm not saying, oh, you're a DoorDasher, you can't have a gun. That's just too rude of a general statement. So
policy says you can't have a gun, Steve. So
yeah, well, I don't know that anybody has read the policy. Anybody. Gary Middleton sometimes reads them.
I've read the terms of service.
Like every time.
Oh no. I mean, I try and keep.
So like when it updates, you're like, I already read that once, but the new thing says your firstborn shall be our child.
That was two updates ago.
Oh shit. You guys, I'm dying sweating here, but I also I real quickly wanted to hit you up because I know you were watching I brought it up last night with Geezer. I brought it up Monday on the podcast. I should bring it up one last time, and it'll just be for a second. The Uber teen thing, guys, this is getting absolutely beyond ridiculous. Forget everything about alcohol delivery, which is also not legal. We went through that in depth, but Uber teen is not legal. Do you agree with that, Sean?
Absolutely.
I mean, on no level. And I even said last night, I said, I actually would challenge. I jokingly said, I don't think, I mean, forget, I'm not talking about, what is it? Not Go-Go Grandparent, but the one for kids.
Hop, skip, drive, ride, whatever. Drive. Yeah.
Right. The W2 model. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a teen ride from the Toggle and Uber. And I said, I doubt one person in the country is insured properly for teen rides.
They're not insured properly, but it is legal in Colorado now because that stupid new rideshare safety bill that they allow down to 10 years freaking old can ride if they have an approved parent account. Just bullshit.
And now, and that was the loop I was getting into. Yeah.
From a civil liability standpoint, as you were alluding to, absolutely. Your insurance companies go, huh? Where do you have proof that their parents said you could give them a ride? No.
And here, I mean, like, I wouldn't call your real insurance, you guys. If you want to look into this, call any insurance that isn't yours. But here's the thing. I'm not saying nobody owns it because the policy is so expensive. I'm saying there isn't a policy. There is no policy that allows you to take independent or minors unaccompanied in your vehicle. Right. There's no insurance company that's going to draft you as a person a policy that says, well, I do drive for Uber. You know, that kind of, I know I'm kind of bragging, but I do drive for Uber. So that should be good enough, right? Bragging. You know, like, if there's no insurance agent that's going to go, dude, oh, well, you didn't say you drive for Uber. You're fine. We got you.
Right. Oh, yeah.
In fact, they're going to say, we don't have a policy. No policy. It would have to be a custom built policy in commercial land
In the
for
commercial
millions
line,
of dollars for a company only, not for individuals.
Right.
And there would have to be checks and balances and all kinds of things you'd have to do, and real fingerprinting, things that matter. Like, I guess my point is, don't do them. Do not do them, you guys. There is no two ways around it. That one, look, if anybody makes a video, and somebody probably will because we just did this, but if any idiot makes a video on how Uber Teen is legal, you now know that person is just a straight up liar, because it is not. It's my number one proof that they do illegal activities. Again, their concession is, we're just a dispatch company. We're giving you offers. Are you properly certified? My thing about Uber Teen is they damn well know, like, some people might be liquor certified. It's still not a good idea, but they might have their tip certification. But nobody is certified to drive teens, and they know that.
Right.
But they're just going, well, if you own a company, if you own Hop Skip Drive, you probably could do this. Okay, the owner of Hop Skip Drive might be able to get on Uber and do this. Maybe. I don't even know.
No, because it only covers them while they're driving for that particular company.
So, I mean, actually, no, not even them. So nobody is insured for this.
Nope.
I mean, it's almost like Uber Hitman could exist. And they're like, well, you need to be properly certified to kill people. What? Like, we're just a dispatch company. I don't know.
We're just dispatching it.
Like, are we getting, forget the back of Soldier of Fortune magazine. You can go to Uber now. Not Uber Connect. It's called Uber Collect.
Uber John Wick edition. What?
Anyway, guys, I'm way too hot and slap happy. And we're moving into the 4th of July weekend. It's just going to get hotter. I don't know if it is for you too, Sean, but I was just looking. It's going to get hot, man.
Happy 250 years of treason, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I might cook my burgers on the rocks in the backyard this weekend. Like, I have some of those flagstone rocks, but I have my grill. Yeah. Max and I love grilling. I might just throw them on the rocks.
You're gonna make a redstone grill instead of a flat.
Not even. I have some flagstones that are in the bag. I'm just going watch them sizzle.
Right.
But I hope everybody's doing something fun for the 4th of July. Sean and I will be back here a week from today. Sean has his podcast next Tuesday. The holiday isn't throwing all these off. I have my podcast on Monday, and 13 will drop on Saturday on the 4th of July. Something to do with the 4th of July, a little bit.
There you
go. But other than that, I'm going to be kind of laying low. Max has a couple days off. I hope that if you're working, you're being safe. And here's one thing I did want to add tonight is that if you are not working, in many markets, I'm going to be honest, it's not worth it to work on the 4th of July weekend. I'm just saying, do what you want, y'all. I mean, maybe in your market it is. I can't, or maybe you need to. I don't know your situation. I don't know your market. But for me, it's never worth it. So I'm gonna try and if something huge comes through, I'll do it, sure. But for the most part, I'm gonna be just kind of kicking it, doing some things with Bodie and Max around the house. But here's what I'll say is if you never do anything fun and you're like, I'm not gonna work this 4th of July weekend, and you decide, you know what, I'd also like to do something. Do remember that almost all cities have free rides at a certain point, if not major discounts on Uber and Lyft. So if you're drinking, almost every city has a free ride possibility. Some of them aren't until like 10 or something. But look into these before you go out, because you might be able to go out, get somewhere, not worry about your car, go out drinking, have a good time for once, and hopefully don't get the Detroit drunk driver that takes you home.
Right. I mean, for the 5,000 of you that live in Delaware, the entire state, they've got a promo going on for a free ride.
Almost every state. If you, honestly, like, guys, if tomorrow morning if you Google news, your city Uber rides, 4th of July, something along those lines, you will see specials, and some of them are like for the whole weekend. They just limit you to
Right.
1 or 2 or something. But
Yep.
they'll like say from the 2nd till the 4th or till the 5th at midnight, you can have 1
And
free ride.
And a lot
Take
of them
advantage of
are
them, man.
sponsored. A lot of them are sponsored by those ambulance chasers that we, that we talk about. But
Yep.
they're doing a little something for in the community. They get a tax write off. We know that. So whatever. But take advantage of it.
I think so too, man. I think a lot of people don't go out because they know it's going to surge. They know these are expensive rides. So definitely look into it
Right.
first, because a lot of times there's a code for your city. You
Yep.
might need this little
Or
code.
you have to pay for it and then they reimburse you. Is what happens with a lot of them that I've seen.
As of tomorrow, we're a day away from the 4th of July. So tomorrow morning, it'll be in anybody's news. If it's not, you don't have it. But put your city and put free Uber rides 4th of July weekend or something, or free Lyft rides. See what comes up, because almost every city has it. And a lot of times sheriffs, other things sponsor them. They love them. So, and the drivers still get paid, so you're getting a free ride. Tip your driver,
Yep.
be a good person, talk to them. You do gig work too, even if you don't do rideshare, click with them. Rideshare drivers get too many passengers like Sean had this week. Be a nice passenger and give them a nice ride.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick, as Kim, as I used to say around Kim. And then she bought me a shirt that said, "Don't be a dick." And Sue bought me
okay, one more
scumbaggery.
One more real quick story about that. So when I was a kid, and I don't know if this was like a nationwide or a local thing, but it was a see Dick drink, see Dick drive, see Dick die, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And I actually got away with wearing that in high school.
Yeah, dude, don't give away our ages, Sean, because I think in our high school years, we got to get away with a lot.
Right.
I mean, like, it could be like where most people were like, even teachers would be like, "That's cool." Like, you could have somebody dead
They'd be
in
like,
front.
oh, neat. Right. Oh, dare shirt. Oh, that means you're a drug user. Okay, got it.
Right. Or a fan of Nancy Reagan.
Right. Just say no.
Just say no. All right, guys. Be good, be safe, take free rides, and take advantage of them. Go see what an Uber ride's like if you haven't taken one in 8 years.
There you
Go
go.
see what standing on people's laundry's like and how unclean the cars are. Test out the service. See if you get a legal driver. Like, take
Don't
notes.
discharge a firearm.
Anyway, guys, be safe out there. Have a great weekend. Sean, thank you. Everybody check out Sean's channel.
Thank
you. It's at CO Ride Guy, and it's in the description. And if you're watching this on the replay on Sean or my channel or on X or whatever, leave questions, comments, concerns, anything below. We'll get back to them. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Be safe. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you guys are at least taking at least one down day. I understand everybody, we all got to work. We all got to do that thing, but if you can, do it.
Take some time.
Even if it's a staycation at home, do it. Peace, y'all. Have a good one.